Uninstalled podcast episode 21. Just the boys again this week. Dave, why are you addicted to Slime Rancher? I gotta ask.
Honestly, bro, I can't even tell you that I don't know if it's just because it's a fucking cozy game and it's just something that I can fucking chill on. I don't know, but right now, bro, it's all I've been playing for like 2 days.
I genuinely feel like I'd enjoy Slime Rancher. I remember Slime Rancher probably came out at the end of my Markiplier Jacksepticeye, like paying attention to like what they were doing. But I definitely remember watching them motherfuckers play that shit. Like I said, I think I'd enjoy it. The game looks fun. There's a Slime Rancher too, right?
Yeah. There's a sequel that came out recently.
Like another one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Slime Rancher 2.
I thought two was like a couple years old.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like recently.
Oh, I thought you meant like within like the last 6 months. I was how the fuck did I miss that?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Well, I mean, what you been up to outside of fucking Slime Rancher, man?
I can't say that word, being a whore, I guess.
Yeah, be a little slut.
If I could use the other word, you know which one I would use.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't been up to too terribly much. I've been doing some projects at work which have been um actually kind of fun. Actually kind of fun. I'm actually enjoying my job. Imagine
Hell yeah,
that.
for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, I will say I was talking to some folks that is in the industry I'm considering switching to. And let me tell you, the bag is looking nice. The bag is looking really nice.
Hey yo.
Because I know we've been talking on the podcast. There was a clip that came out over the course of the week. Well, actually, literally today. As of when we're recording this, um, we were talking about like, you know, joining the trades or like what kind of other shit we might want to get into. And I've been honestly considering becoming an EMT, which is something that I've talked to you about. And I was talking to some
I've
people
been
with
debating if I want to become an EMT, but I feel like I'm just too judgmental for people, you know? I feel like I'm gonna fucking laugh at somebody for being a fucking hoarder or some shit, and they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of my house.
That's why you drive. That's why you'll be the driver. But no, I was talking to some people within the department that is local to us. When they were giving me some advice. I guess it probably starting out it's like 64.
Yeah,
Within like
being an EMT is
after
fucking nice.
yeah, after 6 months it's like 70, and then after a couple years you're like talking almost six digits.
Yeah, it just sucks because being an EMT is strictly on call, I think.
No, not strictly on
No?
call. You might have, I don't know how it works because the guy like literally had like prints out like the schedules and like the pay scales and all that. If there is a day that you're on call, it might be like one day out of the week, but our department runs on 24 on, 48 off.
Ooh, okay.
So the idea that like maybe in a busy week, like however it works out, if you're alternating like that, maybe you do 3 24s, which I don't think you would even do. I think it's just 2 24s max, because I'm pretty sure there's laws about like the 40-hour work week and all that shit. Um, but he was like the pay, like you're looking at 64 starting. That's not including overtime. So like there's opportunity to make, obviously even more.
Honestly,
Um,
that might have to be something we both look into because I've been debating it for probably like shortly before I started school again. With
yeah,
something I was talking to mom about.
yeah, because he was saying that they are like when he got into it, this guy I was talking to, they were seeing like around like 1,000 people applying for openings, and now it's like in like the low hundreds, like 100 and some change people applying. And I guess they're having a bunch of people leaving at our department soon. So he's saying they're putting together like some good benefit packages to try to like attract some people on. But he
Hell
did
yeah.
say you can just join, um, as long as you have a GED and a clean record, and then do training within the department. But it might take like a couple years before you get to like the paramedic side of things. But obviously, like if we did like the training, got our certification, and then went into it, we could just go in straight as a paramedic, and then it was like you're good to go.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that just honestly, I'm gonna have to give it a thought because I still want to do the trades,
Yeah, which when he was talking to me,
if I
because
can
it's
just
24 on, 48 off, a lot of the guys have side hustles, whether it's like teaching CPR or doing other
yeah
shit.
yeah
So
yeah
you could probably even do like trade work on the side and just make literally the biggest fucking bag imaginable.
hell yeah hell yeah yeah because being an EMT is something I've been thinking about, so that might have to be something that I actually consider.
Yeah, I think because my emotions are just completely shot that I might do better than I'm thinking. But I definitely would have to work on my comfortability seeing like bone exiting skin kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Which I mean, one of the realities of a job like that, like you're gonna get desensitized to it at a certain point. So as long as you can just, keep pushing, um, I mean, it'll just be another day at work. So, but yeah, the bag,
Because
I don't know if I can pass it
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, yeah. I think like the one thing that I just can't really stand seeing is like hypodermic needles.
Mm,
So that's something I'm gonna have to be like, you know what, fucking man up, deal with it, type shit.
yeah, which I don't know. I've definitely seen EMTs put IVs in before. Um, I know what they've been doing a lot more recently that I've seen, and like if you watch like the Pit on HBO Max, they've done it in that show as well. There was an episode where there was like a mass shooting, and they had like a bunch of patients coming in, and they were putting in. It's called an IO, which goes through the skin and then drills into the bone. Um, but I don't know outside of putting in an IV. I don't know how much they would really deal with needles. Like a paramedic's not going to give you a flu shot. I think outside of that, maybe they keep like epinephrine on the rig
Yeah,
just for
yeah,
the
yeah.
event that they're like, well, we got to try something because this dude's gonna fucking die, before we get to the hospital, kind of shit. So, but I mean, like around where we live at, like what are we gonna deal with? Like a couple gunshot victims, domestic
Some stabbings.
violence, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some
Not really much.
motherfucker, some broken bones type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if we lived in the rack, if we lived in New York, like a big city, that shit you'd be so fucking busy. Which I mean, maybe even not because there's a lot more bodies in those cities because it's needed. There's a lot more departments. There's a lot more stations. Um, so who knows? Maybe we will be taking a little career change. I'm definitely having that conversation with that guy kind of reinvigorated my desire to pursue that because when I was in middle school, I wanted to be an EMT because I just like the idea of being able to help people in general. Um, and I was like, oh, if I get into this career, maybe by proxy I can do it. Um, and it's more community focused kind of. But what I was looking to get out of it, I'm just not getting from it. And also the bag fucking sucks. Like if I became an EMT starting out, I'd be doubling what I make. You'd be
Almost
64,000
almost
timing what you
tripled.
make.
Oh yeah. As an unemployed chud, bro, I need fucking some sort of bread.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I mean, I was talking to that guy today. One of the homies actually, he was on leave for a while. Came back to work. So I was chopping it up with him a little bit. Um, it's always crazy to me when like big world events happen, and I'm talking to this guy and I'm looking at him like, isn't it so crazy that the last time, or like since the last time we talked, we've literally gone to war with Iran. Like, so much shit has gone down since the last time me and this guy spoke. Cause like, I have his number. We have each other like fucking, Facebook, LinkedIn, that kind of shit. I'm just a bad texter. I'm a terrible texter. If you have me as a contact, you're barely ever gonna hear from me. I'm just
Yeah, bro has not answered me for like the past like 5 days, bro.
It's just I don't know what it is, man. I think part of it too is like I try to put my phone down as much as possible, but the other half of it is me just being a forgetful bitch and being like, oh yeah, let me swipe this notification away. I'll reply to him later. And then like 6 days goes past, and I'm like, fuck. But
Yeah.
man, it's been cool seeing fucking bro again.
Hell yeah.
I want to get your opinion on something. So because we've talked
Yeah.
about Highguard a little bit. We watched the Game Awards together. And I know both of us were like, what the fuck is Highguard doing in the fucking last slot? That shit was kind of frustrating because the Game Awards was such a letdown. I mean, you were like, this final game is gonna save us. It's gonna be a banger. Like it's all good. Let me double check my source to make sure this isn't just some rando.
Oh no!
Um,
If I think what you're gonna talk about is what you're gonna talk about, it's true. It's actually confirmed.
yeah, Highguard is shutting down permanently on March 12th.
Yep, next month. Actually, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, which I don't mean to make you think that 2026 is flying by and that you're gonna be in your midlife like in the blink of an eye and then you're gonna be dead.
I'm already in my fucking midlife, bro.
But it's
I'm
already
fucking
March.
pumped right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh
already
yeah,
March.
I dead ass thought it was like the fucking 28th or something. My fault.
Oh no, you're good. Bro, fucking me too, brother. Me too. Fucking tell me about it. um, but yeah, I'm not surprised, but I definitely didn't think it would shut down this quickly.
Yeah, definitely not. Cause for me, like it was just like it was okay. It wasn't like the best game ever, but it had potential.
Yeah. I just think if you're stepping into a market that has Titans, you can't just be a blend of every other game that people like. You have to have some
Yeah,
kind of hook.
like it was nice, but it didn't really have personality. It was kind of just a mix of anything and everything.
Yeah, from like Rainbow to fucking, Overwatch,
Yeah.
it was a combination of a lot of different things, which I'm not an Overwatch or a Valorant guy, but I'm not going to sit here and say those games are bad. Like, a lot of people play those games. I've played Overwatch. I would play Overwatch again. It's just that style of game isn't necessarily, my thing. Um, so for them to step in and try to compete with them off rip, I mean, I'm not going to say it was an impossible, task that they were taking on, but
I would say it was kind of impossible because Jeff literally was like, I liked this game so much, let me put it in the last slot for free.
Hmm.
And it got everybody hyped up, and it was just kind of impossible for them to really be anywhere close to as good as what people would want.
Yeah, which I mean, I know the studio that made Highguard, I already forgot what the fuck it's called. Laid off some people. I don't know if they're planning on, making another game after this, if the studio's gonna fold, if they're just gonna, basically like even if it's the same people, just fold this studio, start another company, just, not to have the, the tie to Highguard. But I mean it does suck, for these developers, that this project didn't work out, and for the people that got laid off, that they lost their jobs. Um it's just one of those things about the gaming space right now. I think there's so much opportunity for success to come in and, if you bring a unique experience, really have it be loved by the community. But it's like, for how much there is to gain, there's also so much to lose, where if your game sucks, dude, people are not gonna, how am I trying to say this? They're gonna say they're not gonna like shut up about it. They're gonna let you know, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. They're not gonna let you live it down that your game was
Yeah.
absolute dog shit.
I mean, I can think of basically every game that's not a single player game. And no matter how long the game's been out, no matter, how many updates it had, how much it improved, because it was bad at the start, there's still people that are like, oh no, that game sucks, dude. Which is like, okay. Like, you're not gonna give it a second chance. Like, look what happened with
That,
Cyberpunk.
that that's like you with fucking No Man's Sky. The amount of shit you've talked on that fucking game, it's like that game fucking sucks.
Exactly, dude. Which I would be interested to try No Man's Sky. I just, for the few games that I keep in my rotation, I just don't think if I got it that I would play it more than like 12 hours. Um,
Mm.
so I just don't think it would be worth the cashola.
I just like to build bases and explore. Sometimes I like to be a space pirate, but
Mm. Yeah, which, speaking of fucking base building, dude, I've been fucking fantasizing about Ark again, dude.
Jesus
I
Christ.
just can't bring myself to install that fat fucking chud ass game, dude.
Yeah, yeah. That game's fucking 4 million gigs for no damn reason at all.
Literally, because there was a time where I could not install certain maps and I could get the install under 100 gigs. But they've added so much shit to the game because Arc 2's been delayed to like fucking 2046 that the game is just fucking huge now. Which, don't get me wrong, I'll take all the fucking new dinos you want to give me, but we're talking like 15 new dinos and 20 some odd more gigs is crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like if I'm just installing it with the island, I should be able to get that shit under 100. Like, come on. I don't even want to think about how difficult it would be to play Ark on console with how big it is, because it's like it's up there with Call of Duty and shit.
Honestly, with how fucking dog shit the graphics are on console, it's probably close to around 100, and it's probably not really anything over it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you remember, the game really did look like fucking ass on console.
it did look like ass. I must be honest. Yeah, I mean, R.I.P. Highguard. It was not fun knowing you, but sad to see you go.
It's kind of sad to see like any like like any game go that like that was somewhat popular, I guess.
Yeah, like even if it's a game I didn't play, I I was thinking about like some stuff we talked with Waylon about, and then like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is what I'm thinking of. Um New World, that game that got shut down or is gonna get shut down. I had only seen Tim the Tatman do some sponsor streams for that. But when I was, preparing it as a topic for the podcast, 'cause I think we talked about that when we were still making patch notes episodes. Like going through the Reddit posts, I was like, damn, like I feel really bad for like this community because they're losing, for some people probably like their favorite game, one of their favorite games. And like imagine a world where we grew up watching Frankie and Bohemia folded and Daisy like fell off and they shut it down before we even got a chance to play it. You know what I'm saying?
I'd fucking kill myself.
Like that shit would suck.
Yeah, yeah.
So, which I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that someone's favorite game was Highguard. I genuinely don't think that was the case.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think anybody's favorite game was Highguard.
yeah. Maybe someone that was their first video game. Like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. Um, but yeah, it's really disappointing to see games leave the space like that. Um, just in terms of some drama that I've seen, there's some YouTuber. I don't even know what kind of content she makes. Rosanna Pansina. Um, she's been accusing Mr. Beast of buying views. I wanted to get your
Honestly,
opinion on that.
can I see it? Probably. Because after like some like certain stuff came out with like him Loki just being like a piece of shit, like I feel like he's probably like fell off with like a lot of like the more like IRL like content creation type of people.
Yeah.
But he's still big enough where people's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch every single video. Hopefully, I can be up on one. Maybe one day I'll be walking down the street and it'll be like, "Are you subbed to Mr. Beast on YouTube?" And he'll give me like $1,000 type shit, you know?
Yeah, literally. I mean, I remember when he had this I forget how exactly it worked, but it was one of his competitions where like he had an app and I think maybe like you like clicked or some shit in it, like a cookie clicker kind of thing. And it was some like potential chance to win a bag. And I'll be honest, my broke ass was up on that app. I was most definitely trying to get the fucking Mr. Beast stimulus package, but
Jimmy, you owe me,
come on,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. But yeah, I mean, if you gave us the internet when we were kids and the motherfucker that hosted Blue's Clues had a YouTube channel, I could see that shit being Cocomelon size. And I think it's just now that we have the internet, you can see viewership expressed, you know, directly in front of your face. Whereas before, like, I don't remember being a kid ever thinking to myself, I wonder how many people watch Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, when you can see it in front of your face, it might be a little shocking to be like, there's no way this many people are watching it. Well, I can guarantee you that there's 300 million children that watch slop, that watch shit content, that would be watching this
Yeah.
shit, and like all the Mr. Beast clones on top of that. Um, but could this? Because I'm trying to think of if Mr. Beast was gonna buy views. I don't think. Well, like, what would make more sense? That he was doing YouTube for a while, was putting money into it, got some sponsors, and when he got sponsors, he was like, I really need this video to do good. I'm gonna buy views when he's like small, getting his first couple sponsorships, gets it off the ground, and now he's super successful? Or do you think as he's getting bigger and bigger success, he saw some level of like, oh, like I could actually make like real deal money here. Let me inflate my numbers even more. Who's gonna think I'm already getting 100 million views natural? Who's gonna, shake their head at like an extra 15 million views? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which one of those do you think would make more sense? Because I'd lean more towards like the small person getting like sponsorships wants the sponsor video to do good.
Yeah, I definitely think that the first one, because I feel like whenever you're like first starting off, you're like, oh, like if I can get views, I'll just push it out in like the algorithm more type shit, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, especially like you're getting those first couple bags from a sponsor. I mean, you want them to want to do business with you more and continue investing in your channel. So, I mean, to me, that seems like the more realistic path. Um, because genuinely, like, I don't know what he has to gain by just like how many views is he's buying. Like, I can't see him buying 200 million views every video.
Yeah,
That would be kind of absurd. I like.
maybe at most like 2, 3 mil,
Yeah.
just to kind of inflate them a little bit more, but anything over that, I don't think so.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh no, I know Jimmy. He would never do that." So,
I know Jimmy. He would never.
yeah. Jim Beast. Because I don't know if it was a skit, or if it was just like a clip that they made to go viral. But I don't know if you ever saw the clip when, all this Epstein stuff was like first, hitting the news cycle. There's a podcast. I think it's Andrew Santino. He's like a ginger comic, and they had a guest on. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I've been, on an island retreat, just been disconnected from everything." And they're trying to explain to him the Jeffrey Epstein shit. And they're like, "Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble." And he's like, "Jeff Epstein, the New York financier." I'm like, "Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble." And he was like, "No, no, 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 not Jeff Epstein. You must mean a different Jeff Epstein." Um, but I mean, hey Jimmy, if you want to fucking if you want to fucking send out a stimulus package again, I will download your app. That's all I gotta say. Um, and some smaller shit that I was seeing. I remember you told me about that. I mean, how surprising really was it that fucking Black Ops 3 was broken again and it was fucking not safe to play for like the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
thousandth
not
time?
even safe to play like solo, like at all.
Yeah, I saw detonated.com on Twitter on the 28th last month said that they put out a new security update for a couple of its titles. Didn't really do anything. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really play the older games on Steam like that anymore. Hopefully it fixed it. We all know that there's going to be a security breach again because this is like the fucking fifth security breach that has happened that I can remember. Like within the
And
past
it's
couple of years.
primarily because they finally updated BO3 after like 4 years or something like that,
Mm,
and it just broke everything.
yeah. And whenever I think about this game, I remember supply drops, and now that I have a job, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just throw fucking $40 at this bitch. Crank some fucking gambling, dude.
Prime fucking Merc music over here.
Mid podcast, I might have to fucking open my fucking phone up and fucking put a parlay on the fucking Leafs to lose tonight. Fuck the Leafs, they're doing shit. Um,
I feel like everybody's probably gonna put a parlay up on the Leafs to lose, right? So you're probably not gonna make it very much.
yeah, they're definitely the odds are definitely that they're gonna lose if I had to just take a wild guess. Um, you definitely didn't hear about this because you're not in the Call of Duty leaker space. Um, you might remember the name because I brought him up a couple times. There's a Call of Duty leaker that goes by the Ghost of Hope on Twitter. He's been a primary source for me for some news, some leaks on this podcast, patch notes, but also my personal channel. And this COD cycle, especially like as we're heading towards Modern Warfare 4, um, there's been a lot more stuff that's coming out that to me is like this isn't coming from playtesters. This is more vibes. Maybe there's some people within the company that aren't super satisfied, aren't super happy with the direction things are going, and they're starting to talk. So there's been more stuff coming out that's a little bit, I guess more detailed, like less vague than like some leaks generally are, where it's like, oh, like Double Jump is coming back. Like we've heard a little bit, more in-depth stuff than that this year. Also the leakers, I'm trying to think of others. I can't even like Charlie Intel as well. They've been more directly calling out the studios and calling out Activision on their bullshit and like adding them on Twitter and like ratioing them and saying like, you know, just to give some examples, there's been some stuff that has been reported where the Ghost of Hope Charlie Intel will come out and report something, and then Activision or Treyarch on Twitter will literally respond and be like completely false, like or like imagine believing this, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they'll have their PR person reply to it. And there's been some back and forth, and then these guys will reply and be like, they're literally trying to cover this shit up so hard. But in the past 24 to 48 hours, the Ghost of Hope put out a tweet yesterday. He said, Activision has legally demanded that I stop leaking and disseminating confidential information related to Call of Duty / Activision, and I am complying with their demands. Still gonna stick around and chat about official Call of Duty info and anything not related to leaks / confidential information. Cheers for the past few years.
Oh, so bro was fucking right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They shut him the fuck down. And even his Twitter bio now is retired Call of Duty leaker / insider.
Yeah, that it sucks that bro was right, because then like because that was kind of his fucking job right there.
Oh yeah, like this guy, we're talking about someone that has over 100,000 followers on Twitter. He's a big person in the Call of Duty space on Twitter. Him, Modern Warzone, Charlie Intel. Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
oh yeah, it sucks. I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely think it's kind of bitch made for them to come out and shut someone down like this, especially like when the community's already mad at you. It's like, why is this a good move to make when
Yeah.
less people are playing your game? More people are talking about switching and how they don't like you, they don't like the decisions you're making, and then you come out and do this. It's like, dude, way to just add more fuel to the fire of like why people aren't fucking with you. Like, I feel like if we're talking Vonderhart era, if we're going back to Black Ops 2, I gotta imagine at least because I wasn't active in the community back then. We're talking about I was 10 years old when Black Ops 2 came out. I wasn't on I wasn't on Twitter interacting with David Vonderhaar or anything. If I was, then fucking lock that man up. But um from the stories I've heard of what the Call of Duty space was like back then, the podcast I've listened to, the people I've watched, whether it's like White Boy 7th Street, Blame Truth, Birdman, the community back then was just a lot more accepting of stuff like this, where like when there was stuff being like, you would see more of like developers coming out, like a Vonderhaar, or like, you know, these community like focused people at these companies coming out and maybe teasing stuff and, you know, interacting with the community more. Whereas I don't think I've ever seen Matt Scrons come out and be like, you know, posting a screenshot of something that you know, hasn't been reported or leaked on, or leaked or reported on, and teasing it. Which also, I mean, maybe he has. I literally don't follow Matt Scrons, so maybe that's just, you know, me not paying attention enough. But even if you don't want people to know this about your game yet, and maybe things are coming out and people aren't liking it, they're talking about your game. And if leaks are coming out about new features and people are like, oh, we hate it, that should be a good thing. Because then, you know, that's a part of your, you know, like, it's the feedback you're getting from your playtesters, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of like, that's kind of just like feedback before like the game comes out. It's like, oh, like we hate this feature, and they're like, oh, people are talking about it, they hate it, let's change it up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, if the timeline, you know, leans in your favor, you might have time to walk a feature back and provide something that the community is literally saying that they would prefer. Um, and imagine if you were able to come out and, you know, maybe work with one of the insiders and do something where it's like, fucking Ravensoft have confirmed to me that they've walked back this change and are now implementing this, and everyone could be like, oh, fucking W, like, let's go. But instead, you're gonna shut this guy completely down.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if he just pissed someone off or if Ghost of Hope was like really getting some like crazy shit, like I was saying at the beginning. Because there is like other leakers, like there's Charlie Intel, there's Modern Warzone, which Modern Warzone I would put more on the same level with Ghost of Hope as far as it being a lot more independent. Charlie Intel is um think like White House press secretary is kind of how I see Charlie Intel these days. More like corporate-y. Um, I think they've, you know, done some working with Call of Duty before. They definitely try not to step on anyone's toes for the most part. They will, like, obviously repost, like, you know, as being reported by Ghost of Hope, because all these insiders talk to each other. Um, like Charlie Intel's 4.6 million followers on Twitter. So, um, and they also report on other stuff as well. But like they reported today that the White House account is using Call of Duty overlay and new fucking like Department of War promotion video. um, but yeah, I don't like them shutting this guy down for sure.
Yeah, they basically fired, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, I mean, if he's this tapped in with Activision, you know, maybe if you wanted to make a new account, start reporting on like Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, that kind of stuff. You know, maybe he could do that. But you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see what he does. Hopefully this wasn't his main gig. I guess is what I'm getting at, because the fucking job market right now, it would suck to be finding a
hopefully
job.
he just has a fucking side hustle.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he does, but
yeah, hopefully. um, I also saw just on the same topic, Call of Duty. Charlie Intel put out a tweet saying that some new cheating data was put out by Surfshark, and it's average monthly cheat related searches per 1,000 players, and Call of Duty ranks number one.
sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah. Closely following it. Call of Duty was at 66 per thousand. At 59 per thousand is Rocket League, 53 per thousand Rainbow Six, and 45 per thousand Marvel Rivals.
Yep, sounds about right.
Which, oddly enough, Dead by Daylight's at 20 per thousand. If you're who the fuck is cheating at Dead by Daylight?
Oh, bro, the amount of times I've seen like somebody like up on fucking like Instagram or like TikTok cheating on fucking Dead by Daylight is ridiculous, bro.
Like Speed Hacks the Killer or some shit.
Yes, but no.
Mm.
A lot of the times it's primarily the survivors that are fucking cheating for what
Oh,
fucking
okay.
reason.
Like a God mode survivor just fucking
Yeah,
modding the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
killer.
Yeah, stuff like that is fucking ridiculous.
Mm. That's some chud behavior right there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
um I know obviously we don't get into political stuff on the show so much. Outside of like, maybe Jeffrey Epstein, some conspiracy kind of stuff, Um but for those of you who, don't know Dave in his personal life, this dude is staunch Republican. He's the kind of guy that, when we're off the podcast, comes to me and he's like, dude, this Pete Hegseth guy, this Donald Trump guy, the best. Amazing. um, um
98% MAGA. Just won't tell anybody about it.
yeah, that is not true. That is not true, obviously. But we may have another rare politician W.
Okay.
Off the podcast, I think. You were talking to me about how I felt about kernel level anti cheats.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like I forget what game it was that we were going to get into. It might have been like Delta Force or something where we were like debating if we wanted to play it or not because of the kernel cheat or the kernel level anti cheat. And I think the big conversation around things then was the kernel anti cheats are standard within the gaming space. It's not something necessarily new, but the idea that it's a kernel level anti cheat that is made by China was kind of the thing that was weirding some people out, not wanting to have a Chinese company have that much access to their machine.
I'm not gonna lie. Sorry to cut you off, but right now in the political socio-economic climate of America, I'd rather have fucking China having my fucking data.
I mean, they probably already have your data, so there's no
I
need to
don't give a
worry.
fuck. They could have even more of it.
If I
As
was a
long as
betting man,
America
I'd
don't
say
get
that
it.
they already have your data, to be honest. But when we talked about it more recently, I think both of our perspective was, fuck it. If it means I'm going to have a
Yeah.
better experience on a game, there's going to be less cheaters. I'm kind of here for it. When it comes to China having its fingers in the gaming space, um, Trump came out and was talking about maybe doing something with Tencent similar to what they've been trying to do with TikTok. Charlie Intel had a tweet they put out. What was this? Yeah, today. Um, the Trump administration is debating whether to block Tencent from holding investments in U.S. gaming companies. Tencent currently owns 35% of Epic Games and 100% of Riot Games. So maybe if they go the TikTok route, there will be Riot Games and Riot Games US. Same with Epic. But like we know, you'd probably know better than I do. I don't know if it's Tencent that owns, oh god, whatever studio makes Digital Extreme that makes Warframe. I don't know if it's Tencent or if it's a different Chinese company that owns it.
I think it's 10 cent.
Okay. But maybe if this, if we go down this, path similar to TikTok, and we see American versions of these companies made that handle the games, and the Chinese side of the company can't mess with it. If you were worried about the Chinese hackers getting information, maybe that's not going to be a concern to you. To be honest, I think the majority of people have probably been more in line with us, which is like game good, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's interesting to me. But I'm also like, exactly like I said, if it means I get a better experience, I don't mind getting the kernel level anti cheat. Um, because I think most people know like your data is just out there. Everyone has your data. Like even if you're like, don't collect my data, they're collecting your data. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Like there's probably some shit if you actually read the terms of service of anything you sign up for. It's like you are declining the collection of certain data, but the data they actually care about, they do not ask you to confirm if you want them to collect it or not.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna collect your shit regardless, but
oh yeah. Which I mean, fucking,
as long as I like the game and I'm having fun with it, y'all can y'all can have my fucking social security for all I give a fuck.
oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Which, as far as it goes with Delta Force, dude, if you want my data, take out that fucking riot shield. They put in that riot shield, I'm never playing that game again.
I don't think anybody uses the riot shield anymore. I think they released so many more characters that it's just kind of useless.
It for me, it's the same thing with Call of Duty, dude. I'm gonna run into the one person that uses it, and I'm gonna want to shoot myself in the head.
On the topic of fucking Delta Force, bro, I might get that bitch installed again, bro. I miss it.
Bro, the fucking 6 spear in that bitch was kind of fi. Was kind of fi. I must confess that M7 was fucking ripping at the beginning of the game, dude.
Oh yeah. And they added where the sniper class can fucking use the M7, so might have to get up on that.
Yeah, because for me, shields are, it's different in a game like Siege where like it's literally part of the game. There's so many shield ops, like it is just like a tactic, in the game. Um, so in Siege, just kind of like you got to deal with it. But I don't know. In a game that's about running and gunning, the idea that someone is just invulnerable because they have this
We
fucking
gotta
turtle shell.
give the we gotta give the extraction shooter game mode a try at some point.
Yeah, I actually forgot they had an extraction shooter. That's actually a good point. Because I know nothing about. I mean, I imagine it's probably Tarkov like, whatever that other game is.
It's probably more like ABI than
Yeah, Arena Breakout Infinity. Yeah, it's probably closer to that. That's the game I was trying to think of.
yeah, it's probably closer to that than Tarkov or Arc Raiders or anything like that.
Mm.
All I'm saying is, bro, if Fortnite made a fucking extraction shooter, bro, get me up on that.
I mean, we've been talking about getting back up on Fortnite for 5 years.
Months. I don't think it's been like 5 years because I think me and Big Bro J Dub played it a while together. And then you're like, I'm not fucking playing that dog shit game. And I'm over like, okay.
Because I wanted to get back into it ever since they brought back the OG map. I remember us being like, "Oh, we're so back! Like, I can't wait to fucking explore Holly's Hedges again." And then we just never fucking got back on.
Yeah.
Which I would have
Just
got back
never
on and
fucking
recorded
played
a
it.
video for the fucking regular show skins, but I was like, I'm not paying 30 fucking dollars. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Everything I'm paying 30 fucking dollars for some goddamn Fortnite skins, dude.
Like I'm glad that whenever it released, I was able to tell you like the fucking price of it and everything that they had. But I can't justify fucking that much bread, bro.
Yeah, no. So
For some cosmetics in a game that I can get banned just for fucking sneezing on my place or my fucking PC.
literally. Um, have you watched anyone like Jeff or anyone play Requiem at all?
No, I've been trying to keep a spoiler free on that
Okay.
because I know I'm gonna play it eventually.
Yeah, I don't know how well you'll be able to answer this question if you haven't been seeing anything. I haven't been seeing anything either. I just know you're the Resident Evil guy. I mean, just based on the scores, if you've seen those, and I know we talked about them on the podcast. Um,
Apparently, everybody loves it.
yeah, like I've seen it. I think it crept up for user scores. I think it's now the highest rated Resident Evil game, but critics obviously it was below Resident Evil 4. Um, people are talking about, how acclaimed this game could be, and I wanted to get your take. Do you think because GTA 6 is on track to still be released, we've talked about their marketing campaigns getting set in stone to be able to start kicking off in the summertime? Do you think Resident Evil Requiem could dethrone who last year we probably saw as the favorite for Game of the Year, GTA 6? Because we have seen Game of the Year primarily be a single player award as well.
Yeah, I really feel like with everybody loving Requiem, I feel like it's probably gonna be Game of the Year.
Yeah, which is crazy to say because, and I mean, maybe it's not so crazy to say because obviously Requiem came out when it did, but I know the talk has been for a while that studios are shaking in their fucking boots trying to figure out when GTA 6 is going to come out so they can not release their game around the same time. Um, but they definitely picked a good time to release the game because there's not been any heat that's dropped this year, I don't think, outside of Requiem.
Yeah. I really don't think any other game has put up numbers like Requiem is.
Yeah, because as far as like purely based on what's come out this year so far, Requiem's easily the favorite in my mind to get Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Um, which I gotta say, bro, I'm happy for you. You're eating good, dude. You're gonna be eating fucking good. I know how big of an RE fan you are. I honestly would have been kind of disappointed if it came out and everyone was like, this is dog shit.
Oh yeah. Like a part of me was kind of worried just because Leon's portion is more action,
Mm.
but it seems like everybody loves it, like all of it. So I'm happy that Requiem is actually putting up fucking numbers, actually doing good.
Oh yeah. Um, did you ever watch any of the Terrifiers?
No.
But you're like like of Art the Clown, of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, I saw on Twitter, I guess the director of Terrifier, Damien Leone, confirmed that Terrifier 4 is going to be the last movie in the franchise, probably until like fucking Blumhouse is like, yo, we'll fucking give you $15 million to direct another one.
Yeah.
But I've seen the Terrifier movies, and I think it's really exciting to have our generation's slasher where Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers were such a part of pop culture in their eras when those movies were coming out. Even down to, the costumes kids were wearing for Halloween. I think it's cool that for us, we're not just recycling what our parents had with,
Yeah. We actually
um,
have some new shit.
yeah, with Ghostface or like obviously the other ones that I mentioned. It's nice that we have Art the Clown that is like our generation's guy. So to that end, it is kind of sad to think that like this isn't going to go on some like 13, 14 movie run like some of the other franchises have.
I mean, that's probably like a good thing because
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
other
say.
slashers that have done like fucking 14 million video or movies, it's just been kind of drawn out and just overdone.
Yeah, and I would
And
be
people get
down.
kind of tired of it, so
Yeah, I would be down to see some collabs with Art the Clown. There's a movie I think we talked about going to see it. We didn't end up seeing it. But it's getting a sequel. Hard Eyes. That's another slasher. I think it would be cool to see like a, maybe even like a Hard Eyes versus Terrifier kind of thing. Have our generations like slashers, going at each other's throats. Um, but as someone who's watched the Terrifier movies, while I am sad that Art's run will be coming to a close until he makes appearances and other forms of media. Thank God, dude. Thank God,
yeah.
because these movies, I would say, even the first one is more gory than the Freddy and Jason Michael Myers shit that I've seen. I haven't seen all the movies, but the ones I've seen, the first one's way more gory than those ones, and it's been one upping itself every single time they make a new movie, and I cannot. If they were gonna go to 8, dude, I would not watch. Like, I barely made it through the third one. Like, we're talking. I don't know if this is fucking too graphic for the podcast, dude, but this chick broke a mirror, took a piece of glass from the mirror, and started fucking getting
Going
herself off.
ham on her shit.
Yeah, going off on herself with the fucking piece of glass, blood dripping all over the floor and shit, while she's watching Art the Clown like beat this dude's fucking skull in. And I literally paused the movie and sat there for fucking 20 minutes, like, do I want to keep watching? And I was doing scrolling on Instagram, and I was trying to just give like myself a different image to have in my head, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
press play, because I paused in the middle of her doing that, and I was like, I'm gonna press play. I'm gonna wait for the scene to change. I'm gonna keep scrolling through Instagram. When the scene changes, I'll lock back into the movie, because I was like, I can't fucking watch that shit again. So to that end, I'm like, I am glad, because I can't even begin to think of how they would have, 6x what they were already doing as far as the gore goes. Like, they literally already had Art the Clown become a fucking terrorist and bomb a fucking mall and kill a bunch of kids on Christmas. Um, so like, who knows? Maybe if he's an interdimensional like fucking spirit, like they're trying to say he is, maybe fucking Terrifier 4 is gonna end with him on a fucking American Airlines flight headed to New York, bro. Who fucking knows? But yeah, I just can't think of another direction they would have fucking taken it, dude. Like, it would have had to be some crazy shit like that. Um, yeah, I was saying you've been eating good, but you could have been eating better, Dave. We all could have been
What you
eating
mean?
better. Some new information has come out regarding Bloodborne and FromSoft. Charlie Intel shared this. They weren't the first person that I saw report this. Bluepoint Games, the PlayStation studio that was recently shut down, pitched a remake of Bloodborne in 2025 as their next game. From Software said no. Quote, the studio was told that the numbers made sense, but FromSoft didn't want it to happen.
FromSoft a bitch for that.
Yeah. All I want
There
is...
is, yeah, that's all I want to, bro. But there is something I want to bring up that it's Bloodborne-esque related. PlayStation has came out and said that there's no longer gonna be any PlayStation exclusives on PC anymore.
Interesting. Like the ones that are on there are gonna stay, right? Like I'm not gonna lose Days Gone.
That's what I can guess. The
Hmm.
ones that's already there, they're staying, but no more is gonna be released.
Yeah, I
So we
mean,
won't get like Ghost of Yote. We won't get like the new like Wolverine game that's coming out.
I saw recently that Xbox is gonna be shifting to the same thing. Someone was like tweeting at the new like head of Xbox or whatever. They're like, bring back exclusives, and she was like, heard. Um, I listen as a PC gamer. Um, I'd prefer to be able to just play everything on PC and not have to buy these fuck ass consoles. Um, but I do enjoy the culture around exclusives, dude. When it was fucking PlayStation people and Xbox people being like, our exclusives are better, and PlayStation are like, Halo fucking sucks. Like, I kind of like that. I kind of like being able to like talk shit back and forth and fucking debate who had like based on like year by year who had better exclusives. Which I mean, with how big of a loss they're taking on consoles, especially now with all these components going up because of the rise of AI and all these data centers being put up. They got to find some way to keep people like putting money in their pockets, dude, because their pockets got to be getting rinsed right now.
And Capcom said ever since Requiem released that PC makes up 50% of like their
Ooh.
fucking revenue and player base.
Oh
So
shit.
they're gonna continue to like prioritize shit for the fucking PC. And
Okay.
I feel like that's what PlayStation should do as well, like also Xbox.
Yeah.
Because if it does make up such a big player base for like certain companies, that's kind of what you want.
Yeah, because you're not like I have a PS5. I bought it to play NHL 26. I will not be playing a single player game on my PlayStation 5 unless I've heard some rumors. I've been paying attention a little bit. Unless there's a new like Batman Arkham game, but even then, like it would have to be an exclusive for me to do that. If it came out on PC, I'd play it on PC. I what percent of that 50%, if Capcom moved all their games to exclusive, would go to console? Maybe 20%. That might be generous.
I mean, if they moved it to exclusives, that would be 100%.
Well, no, because if 50% of their people are on PC and they went exclusive to console, not everyone's gonna get the game on a console. Some PC people are gonna be like, well, I'm just not gonna get it.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah. Which I mean, maybe it's not the best example with Capcom because Resident Evil is such a popular franchise that, people would be really hard pressed not to play it, especially after Requiem did so good. It's definitely setting the bar high for the next Resident Evil game. Um, man, console gaming just it doesn't appeal to me anymore, especially the idea of like if say they like revive Halo, if Halo becomes exclusive to Xbox, you're telling me that not only do I have to buy an Xbox to play Halo, not only do I have to buy the game on the Xbox, but I have to also pay to play the game online. No, it's not happening, dude. I'm so spoiled by
Yeah.
PC not having to pay to be able to do multiplayer shit. You're not going to ever catch me buying one of those subscriptions again. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
and that's why like I prefer PC over console like any day of the fucking week.
Mm.
Like the way I tell like Steam Deck, I'm like, bro, just play PC, bro. It's better. He's like, nah, bro. Like fucking console's better. I'm like, bro, you pay like $100 and something a month for online, bro.
Yeah, because I mean, being able to snipe those like Black Friday or like Christmas deals for PS Plus for like $45 is nice, but like I'd rather not pay the $45, like even if it's
At all.
discounted, or the 60 or like whatever it is for like Ultimate Game Pass for a year, whatever's like $120 or something, I think. Um I'd
Yeah,
just rather not do
I
that.
would just not like to have to pay at all.
Yeah, literally. Like if I go to my Steam library right now, the last 2 weeks, I have had 10 hours on Path of Exile, 7 hours on TCG Card Shop Simulator, and 18 hours on fucking Star Wars The Old Republic. None of that shit is on console. Like I'm chilling, dude. I am fine playing
Yeah.
Mad Games Tycoon 2, Helldivers, fucking Supermarket Together. Fucking I literally installed Bejeweled 3 the other day. I'm gonna fuck up some Bejeweled. I
Yeah,
hope you
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Like I'm good PlayStation. I'm good Xbox. Like y'all can have your shit. I'm not gonna be buying it. Now, like I said, the exception would be like, dude, you know how they would bring me back a fucking Force Unleashed 3 exclusive. That would bring me back, but that wouldn't
I
happen.
think, yeah, I definitely think that could also like bring me back, but I'm also a fucking chud and don't like to fucking spend money on shit I'm not gonna use anyways. So
Yeah, I'm a fucking I'm a frugal bitch, bro. I'm cheap as fuck, dude.
that's why we use our sponsor of today's video, loaded.com.
Yeah, loaded.gg or whatever the fuck.
It's loaded.com.
Oh
I
shit.
should know. I use it a lot.
Yeah, because you put me onto that, and I've been checking it out more. I think the next game I want to get, I know you just like refunded it. I think the next game I want to get is Reforger.
Yeah,
I want to get
I
into some army
refunded
shit.
it because I like I was trying to play and I was like, this could just be so much better if I had it with like my homie.
Yeah, which like the past couple paychecks, I just haven't had the $35 laying around to be like, oh, let me fucking
Yeah.
get the game. But next time I can, I want to get it. Definitely before the fall. I'd like to play some because Hell Let Loose is nice. But I like the idea that I can go off the objective and not be like, well, the timer's gonna run out and the game's gonna be over and I did nothing. Like I didn't even finish my flank around the enemy. Because
I
Reforge,
mean,
you could just
there's a lot of
join.
there's a lot of game modes that are like that.
Yeah, because what I
Where
want to do more
where
is like
there
those
is a
24/7 like Ukraine war servers,
yeah,
that kind of shit,
yeah.
where I can drop in, get up to speed, like talk to like whatever like commander of the unit I'm in, and then go out in the fucking trenches and like fight my fucking ass off.
Yeah, yeah, because I was playing I was playing that Ukraine server for a while, and then I was like, well, it is. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think I might have found a fucking way to cheese the fucking Steam system, though, bro.
That's a
So
new
I
tech.
know, I know for damn well I put like 12 hours into that fucking game, but I played for like 10 hours offline because that's whenever I didn't have my fucking internet.
Mm.
And I only played like for those like 2 hours like online whenever I was doing that 24/7 server, and I was still able to fucking refund it, bro. I know for damn well I put at least fucking 12 hours into that shit.
I mean, if it was in the 7 days, maybe they just made an exception.
No, it was like on like the 14th day, bro. I think
Oh,
it was like the 13th or the 14th, like right on that shit.
well, good shit. I found some new tech.
Yeah, if you just play your fucking games offline on fucking Steam, bro, the time don't track.
Because I've talked a lot about just how I enjoy the loop of Call of Duty, but the timed missions that you run into in a lot of these shooters, Battlefield, COD, even Hell Let Loose, I like the idea also of like that roleplay aspect, but are you good, Patches? Did you hear
What,
that?
bro?
um I do like the idea of just being able to drop into like a bigger conflict, or obviously like the large scale battles you can get into on Battlefield, and um probably more Hell Let Loose because Battlefield's a lot more arcadey. You get kind of that like mill sim feel where it's like, you know, you got your artillery coming in, there's airstrikes, mortars being launched by other people. Um, but I don't know, that RP aspect of there's 3 villages we could hit on this Arma 3 server. We're like fucking, we're Marines going in to fucking fight the fucking Taliban or some shit. And we're like, all right, we're gonna hit, you know, Bravo target or whatever. And we go down there with 6 guys and we get our fucking shit rocked. You're like, maybe we'll try a fucking target siege. You know what I'm saying? The idea that you could just, you know, pick targets and do different things, and, you know, you're not locked into, oh, we got a cat B flag. Everyone's got to be a B flag. You know what I'm saying? That just really appeals to me.
Yeah, like I'm always more of a fan of like the large scale shit to do like in video games in general.
Yeah, the non-linear style just really appeals to me. Like I was saying,
Yeah, yeah.
not being forced to, you know, do a specific thing. Because like Hell Let Loose, like, yeah, that's how that combat works. So like, don't get me wrong, like I get that. Like you can still like role play into that and um have fun. Obviously, like I'm not saying I don't like Hell Let Loose, but the idea that, you know, we're pushing the enemy back, not having a time limit. I don't know. I feel like not having a time limit incentivizes more creativity
I
for like
feel
that long
like
flank. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Hell Let Loose could definitely benefit from not having a time limit.
Yeah, like if they had some like massive maps, or it was like a 24/7 server where it's like a long-term objective where it's like 48 hours to siege like a city and like take full control of it. There's no more enemies in the city. You've fully pushed them out. That kind of shit. Could be fire as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
the
even like even if it is like still like the game modes that they do now, right? Like even like if like the entire map's taken over by like fucking the Axis, like you have to like try to go in, try your hardest to actually take back control of like some cities, you know. I
mhm.
think they could benefit from at least a 24/7 server that doesn't really ever wipe, or whenever it does is just um like the next day type shit, you know.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, like it just wipes like once a day, just so it's not too crazy. But it doesn't. But maybe they could do something where it's like it's not wiping like the progress of allies or Axis and all that. It's just wiping like the loot people like left on like the battlefield and shit like that. You know.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, that game is a PTSD simulator. Because the amount of times we've played it, and you'll be talking to me, and I'm listening to what you're saying, and I just realize that I've been like crouched behind a
Zoned
wall,
out.
1,000 yards staring, and I'm just like lost in the gunfire and the explosions that are all around me. And my character's shell shocked, and I'm like IRL shell shocked at my desk right now. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. And then I'm locking into what you're saying, where it's like I'm in the house behind you, like I'm on the top window with a sniper, and I'm like, okay, fall back to the house, fall back to the house. All right, come on, let's do this. Like,
I, I definitely think we gotta play it again since I got my fucking internet fixed.
yeah,
Because dealing with like all that lag and everything while my internet was just fucking being dead pissed me the fuck off, bro.
yeah.
So I think sometime soon I'll get Delta Force installed. I'll get fucking Hell Let Loose installed.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm trying
Cause
to.
like I'm just a slut for fucking milsims, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Which it's why stuff like Arc doesn't really appeal to me in a game like the Division 2 does. I like the way actual weapons look. I like.
On the topic of the Division, bro, I bought that shit for like fucking $2 the other day because it was on sale for like $269, so I got it for like $280 after tax. Oh, brother, that I don't know what the fuck Ubisoft was cooking in 2016, but they need to do more of that.
Mm.
Like that game looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've only played Div 2. I haven't played the first Division.
I played a Division 1 back in the day on P4.
Mm.
But it's something I would like to do with you because I don't know if you can really count the Division 2 as like a hard like cover shooter. Like the difficulty, like I wouldn't say it's like anything too crazy.
Yeah, which I
But
mean
the
they are going to get that
Division 1,
hardcore mode, so.
yeah, but the Division 1 is so much fucking harder, bro. I love it.
Mm.
Like there's no like armor system. All you get is fucking flesh damage, bro. You're you're not a sponge. You're a fucking
Sheet of
a panel
glass.
of fucking yeah. You're just a panel of glass, bro.
Yeah, which I mean, that's why I like a game like Helldivers so much. Where obviously, I'm sure there's some people that are like, I just want to walk over bugs, and like that's just what I do. But like, because even if you are going to play bugs, which
Shout out
is
the bug divers.
yeah, shout out bug divers because the bugs are easier, obviously. But the idea that as you get better, you can also scale the difficulty and keep challenging yourself. I like that. I like when there's at least that little bit of a challenge. Now when
Yeah.
there's like 6 dragons in the sky, that's a little bit too much. That's when I drop the difficulty back down a notch.
I just want you to know, whenever the dragons came out, me, Steam Deck, and our other mutual homie, there was about 6 to 7 of them per fucking mission, bro. It was horrible. It's I'm sure like they dropped like the spawn rate of them down, but it was so fucking bad, bro. It was traumatizing.
Yeah, which that's one of the good things about Helldivers, dude, is like the dynamic events and shit, because it could have been like the fucking like Mama Dragon and Daddy Dragon was having just the dirtiest fucking goon sessions together, popping out these fucking dragons like crazy. And then you had to like push into the bug planet, take out like X amount of hives to be able to drop the quantity of the dragons down type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That kind of shit I really like, those big goals, which I mean, shout out all the Helldivers that have been taking on the fucking automatons, whatever the fuck is going on right now. I've not been on the game, so shout out y'all for fucking spreading democracy.
The automaton event is over. We're going back to the bug planet to spread democracy on their asses.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to join that campaign. You're gonna have to let me know when that happens, and we're gonna have to get on there and spread some democracy.
It's happening right now as we speak.
Oh shit.
It's been going on for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh. Well, we might have to spread some democracy or some shit.
Yeah, we failed to liberate Cyberstan, and people were blaming it on like the fucking bug divers. But literally, the bug divers were the reason why we had so many redeployments. Because we had to kill like a fucking like a billion bugs or some shit like that to get like a like 10 bill like extra like redeployments or something. And they were like, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna blame it on the fucking bug divers, bro. They didn't do shit. They weren't helping Cyberstan like at all. And just I kind of just blame it on the fucking ego divers, bro. The people that only play fucking
like 9 and 10.
Yeah. I take that back. There is something going on in the Illuminate system right now, so
Okay, is the bug campaign still going on?
no.
Oh well,
It's
you fucking lied to me, man.
I haven't fucking touched this game in 2 weeks. My fault.
Spreading misinformation on the podcast.
My fault. Yeah, we got to do 45 million rare samples on Hairthon and fully extract with 45 million rare samples.
Mm,
And people's only done 2% of extracts, bro. Cooked.
damn.
Cooked. Yeah, apparently your stick you use, because I seen somebody do a tier list.
Yeah, I saw the same shit. It's like top tier. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, anybody that plays this game fucking meta, bro, is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all are doing too fucking much.
Yeah, but you'll have to get the coyote as well. The coyote fucks.
Yeah. How many credits do I have? 670. So I'll be
Six,
getting
seven.
it soon. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'll get it soon. I just have to farm out more credits because I got fucking 670 that one day, and I was just like, I'm not fucking farming shit out again for a while.
Yeah. It's just a lot, dude.
Yeah,
Because that's the
it's just
thing.
a lot.
Like, if you could get in and out Tarkov style, where you're dropping into streets and your only goal is you're hitting consec and you're getting the fuck out, you can do that in like 10 minutes, give or take, depending on where you spawn. But
Yeah.
arc raiders, like, especially when you're trying to challenge yourself, like, you're gonna get a handful of samps and it's gonna take you like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending.
Yeah, if you don't have the boat, it's definitely taking fucking longer. But
Yeah, because when we were doing it, like, our shit was taking like fucking like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, um, doing like those bigger scale missions. But yeah, I
yeah,
mean, do you want
we
to?
sadly did not get to liberate Cyberstan for the sake of humanity. But
Yeah, which, fuck the clanker divers, kind of.
fuck the ego divers, bro.
Yeah, y'all can fucking defect to the fucking clankers if y'all want to, dude. I'm still gonna bug dive.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to be on my fucking my RP arc.
Yeah,
Like I'm out
I've
here.
I've tried to take on the Illuminates. I've tried to take on the automatons. You do not want me on the ground for the Cyberstan campaign. I am a detriment to the campaign. So I will dive against bugs and unlock more stratagems and more things. And when I am good enough to join the fucking Cyberstan incursion, I will do that. Until then, y'all do not want me on the ground with y'all. Because we're gonna drop in. You're gonna
I'm
look
pretty
to
sure
me
you
for some
have
fucking
less.
help, and my head's gonna be off my shoulders, dude.
Because I'm pretty sure you have less ship modules than I do.
Yeah, I have like 3 ship modules.
So you don't want this dude on your fucking team, bro. We don't have shit.
Yeah, I'm diving against bugs, getting some fucking basic samples to get my basic upgrades, and then I'm working on moving up, bro. But until then, I'm staying fucking put, dude.
I'm sticking with the buggers, bro.
And guess
Fuck out of
what,
here.
dude? If they take the bugs out the game, if we kill all the bugs, I'm getting dishonorably discharged, bro. I am not getting deployed to fucking Cyberstan in my current state, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you will not catch me in fucking Malevelon Creek 2.0. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I'm defecting.
Yeah, literally.
Don't tell Super Earth I said that, but it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're doing a lot of cool stuff. The idea that like obviously like we're the bad guys and the androids were sharing their own propaganda, being like defect, like you are being lied to, that kind of shit is awesome. I honestly would have liked the idea if they added an option where you could defect. I don't know how they would do that, but maybe like I get it's PvE, but what if for like an event, if there were defectors, you could do PvP where you drop in and you're taking over objectives. It's like still like 4v4 squads or whatever, like the max is, and you're trying to take over an objective from like we're going in and we're eliminating the defectors. You know what I'm saying? And it's like are the defectors going to push back the regular dudes or whatnot? Like if it was like a limited time event, I wouldn't want something like that around all the time, but it would be a change of pace, and I feel like it'd be cool lore. But I mean, I also fucking play Raid Shadow Legends, so what the fuck do I know? You know, I've 91 hours on Raid Shadow Legends. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, you gotta get your shit together, big dog.
Yeah, dude, I got fucking 32 minutes on Papa's Pizzeria, dude. I'm cooked.
Shout out Papa's fucking freezeria. Shout out that shit.
Oh yeah. Shout out my fucking 10.2 hours on fucking Monster Jam Steel Titans 2. Shout out.
How many hours do I have in Raid Shadow Legends? 36 hours, so not nearly as bad as you.
Yeah. Oh. 159.4 in Mad Games Tycoon 2.
Yeah, you're fucking cooked, bro.
She 26. Yeah, I have 26 hours on Helldivers 2, dude. I'm not fighting the automatons with you guys. I'm sorry. It's not happening, dude.
I have 600 in Warframe, 300 in D2, 200 in Daisy, 100 in Cyberpunk, 100 in Red Dead 2, 100 in Persona 4. Shout out how good fucking Persona 4 is.
Oh yeah, I have 900 on Warframe, and then fucking 508 on Arc. I don't know where Daisy's at. That's the only other game I would think that I'd have a ton of hours on. 700 on Daisy.
God damn.
But I mean, do you want to call it an episode? I mean, we're kind of just going through our fucking Steam library right now.
I mean, we can call it a night.
All right.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, appreciate you guys for listening. Shout out the fake sponsor of today's podcast, loaded.com. Please sponsor us. Mr. Beast.
Shout out the Bug Divers.
Yeah, shout out Bug Divers. Mr. Beast, please give us another stimulus package, bro. Well, that being said, this has been the Uninstalled Podcast, episode 21.